In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a candlestick animated chart using the group candle builder. So if you come into the top left hand corner under the chart builder section, you'll see we've got all the different candle builders, and we've got some super amazing candle builders here. So if you come down, we've got the group builder over here. So you'll click on it and it'll open up the interface with all the different options. It's got a nice little preview screen over here. So when you're ready, you can select the combination, the amount of candles you want to add to the preview screen, or after that, adding them onto the canvas. So for instance, over here, you can see if we adjust this, you can see these different colors increase. Right now it's selected on the mix, so it's going to mix the colors. If we just want bullish, so now let's just say we've got 2 bullish candles, we say add to preview, it adds 2 onto the preview window. And then we click bearish and we add 2 to bearish, and then mix, we add 2 to mix. And you can see it starts building our candlestick chart. If we go back to bullish and we add say 4 now and add to preview, it's bigger, then we add 4 bearish, and then we add 4 mixed. Every time we click add to preview, if you come down, it's going to create a specific card layer that's going to add those candles onto that card. So you can see there's quite a few layers created. Every time we push preview, it creates a card, which is quite nice because it allows you to segment, orientate, be able to customize very nicely. Then when you're ready, you click add to chart and it throws it to the chart, which is great. Once it's on the chart, we can come down over here to our main settings, and you see we can increase the gap. Say we want to bring closer, maybe increase the height, maybe make the wicks a little thinner, whatever we want to do. We've got our look here. So now that we have that on the chart, we can alter every card. So every little group, because this is a group candle builder, every group we added on, it creates its own layer for that group. So for instance, the top card over here is the most recent candle. So for instance, you can see we've got 2 green candles, a red candle, and a green candle, these 4, which represents these 4 candles over here. So if we want to add more, we just simply increase the slider and it adds more into the mix. If we want to delete it, we just click delete and it deletes that whole range. If we want to edit it on canvas, we just hover over it, and you can see we can alter the high, the low, the open and the close individually. So we can build it, we can add to it, we can customize it, we can structure it however we want it to look, or we can come back here and you can see this card has got 4 candles. We've got a bullish and 3 bearish candles, which represent this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle. So this whole segment is a group. If we want to increase the candles, we just swipe it to the right and it produces more candles, and we can add 10 candles per group. Otherwise, what we can do is you can just add another group on here. We can come over here, say we click bullish, you add a whole lot of bullish ones on there and just add to preview, add to canvas, and there you go. So now we've got our fake out, and price just takes off in the opposite direction. So you can really just build these how you want. A nice thing over here is if we want to start eliminating candles, say we want to reduce this candle, we can delete it off here. So you can take 2 or 3 candles off here. Another cool feature this has got is if you hover over the candle, you can see the bottom half is an X, but the top half of the candle shows a little bullish filled or unfilled. If we click at it, it makes it hollow. So if you want to add hollow candles, you can just go through, click the top part, and you can make those hollow. This can be great if you want to accentuate on a specific candle, like let me fill all of these in. Maybe you only want to enter on this candle. This was like the candle to enter on or something. In your explanation, you would use that to be able to describe it. And then once again, you can also shift these across. So say I want to take this group and move it above. I just move it on this little area where I get that hand and I can drag it and it swaps it over. So you can swap them over and it will just immediately adapt to the candle structure. Gives you so much flexibility in how you want to develop these candles. Once you've got that all coordinated, you can set your global colors, whether you want bullish green or bullish blue or bearish red or bearish purple. It's up to you. You can pick exactly the global colors you want and it will constrain to those colors. Then over here we've got the reveal animation. This is going to allow you to reveal the different animations. The group candle builder has the GBN animation, which is a very advanced for animation, which mimics the real market data. GBN stands for. So what you can do is you can select over here if you want one by one, or if you want sequential, you want them to all play out nicely, or just one by one at a time, which is also different. You know, you can choose the reveal animation you like. They're quite nice. They're very engaging. You can pick the speed of the animation if you want it to just come very slow. So let me show you the GBM, the Brownian, which is my favorite. It's literally the ultimate. It plays the real market data, so you can see it doesn't get more realistic than that. And then obviously you can pick up the speed, increase the length of the layer. There we go. So you can just focus on the animation. You can see how nicely it's playing out. Then we can choose our easing. You know, there's multiple different styles. You can pick, play around, see which one you like the most. Sometimes it's nice to just change them up actually. So if we come down, we've also got pause points, which is really cool. Pause points basically shows you the whole infrastructure that you've built. You've built this whole pattern, and it allows you to pause certain areas. So right now, if we increase the speed, it's just going to play out the whole animation. You see, it's just going to play the whole animation out. It's not going to stop at any point. But let's say you wanted to pause on this candle because it taps into a zone, and then you want to pause and explain, you know, potentially at that level, you could have a nice, let's just say you want to animate in an arrow. You want to explain that at that point, this is where you want to look for an entry. Maybe there's a specific candle that you enter on. So then we come to group candle builder. We go down to the bottom to pause points. We look for that exact candle. So this exact candle is going to be over here. We click on that candle. Once we've selected that candle, we can choose the amount of time we want it to pause. So let's just say 5-second pause when it hits that candle. We can actually test this out with the playhead. So it taps on that candle, it pauses, and that's when our arrow starts and comes out. So let's see, we play now. Taps there, arrow comes out. We get to explain a little bit. We could also have a zone that could be located in that area. So if we add a nice little zone in, let's add a demand zone, bring that down. So this is where we're going to look for the entry on the demand zone. So that's why we want that candle to pause. So we can explain a little bit. We can add this demand zone over here. And then we can add the animation for the demand zone. So we come to the reveal, add the animation. We come up here to the text because you can see we've got the text, but we maybe want to make that a bit bigger so it's easier to see. We increase the text and we add this cool animation for the text. So let us go. Taps in, pauses. You can see it pauses for 5 seconds. And then it carries on going. So that's just some simple things we can do, but this pause feature is really great because you can pause any one of the candles that you want in the sequence. You can pause them for any time frame that you want. If you want to remove it, you just say remove and it removes it. If you want to add a 1 second onto that one, another 1 second onto the one next to it, and 1 second on the other one next to it, and then we play it out. Here we go. So you'll see then it'll just show a basic 1 second pause, 1 second pause, 1 second pause, then carry on like normal. So it's very nice to customize, to explain. Guys, there's no other tool in the world that offers this. This is first of its kind. And the group candle builder is amazing for creating these animated candlestick charts. So right guys, that's the group candle builder. Those are all the details. Play around with it, test it out. And I'm sure you guys are going to create some super amazing videos. Click the next training video to make sure you watch all the Academy videos so you can fully understand how to use ChartAnimator.